Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's good, YouTube? Y'all know what it is, man. This your boy Tank be chopping, and we back with another haircut tutorial. Now, what we're gonna be doing here is we're gonna be trimming the top just a little bit, and then we're gonna be doing a nice mid taper. You know, line them up a little bit. You know, y'all gonna see how we're gonna do this haircut, man. So we're gonna start off this cut by saturating the top of my client's head. And as you can see, I sped it up a little bit. I didn't want it to be all slow and whatnot. But now I'm taking a section, a mohawk section, what I like to call it. So basically it's a section coming forward. And what we're doing is we're just trimming about 1/4 of an inch or so, as y'all can see here. And we're gonna follow this all the way forward, right? And we're gonna make sure we have all this down, you know, check our guidelines, make sure all that hair is all the same length. And once that is done, what we're gonna do is we're gonna start setting our sections in the opposite way and start making sure that we get all that hair down to that length. So as you can see here now, my sections are coming the opposite way, and I'm using that middle mohawk guideline to make sure everything else is down to that same length. And we're gonna do this all through the top of my client's head, making sure all of his hair is down to, you know, to that length. So once again, guys, he did just want to trim a little bit. So that's basically what we're doing here. And like I said earlier, we are going to be doing a mid taper. As you can see here now, I'm over directing the hair to the side, and I'm using that to get my length for the side. So we're doing shear work all the way around, and I'm doing that on this side. I know you really can't see, I didn't angle the camera, but I over directed the hair to this side also, and I did the same exact thing. Just use that guideline from the middle basically to trim everything down. Now we're gonna go ahead and blow dry the hair just a little bit. You don't want it too saturated, especially when you're doing clipper work. So I'm blow drying it just a little bit. We are gonna add some texture, or I'm sorry, we're gonna add some texture powder and some hair product later on in the video. So I really don't need the hair super dry. I just need it dry enough to where I can do my clipper work. So now that that is done, as you can see, I am taking my rose gold FX1s from Babyliss, setting in my initial bought guideline with that trimmer. And as you can see, we're coming in like a rainbow type, triangle type shape for that guideline. And since I have the trimmers in my hand, I'm gonna go ahead and line them up behind the ear and over the ear, just because I have the trimmers in my hand, and it makes my haircuts a little quicker, you know what I'm saying? And I like to put my artwork in a frame before I do all of my work, because for me, it helps me see the haircut better, helps me see what needs to be blended. Because sometimes if you do a lot of the blending work without putting the lines in there, sometimes you'll do work that don't need to be done, you know what I'm saying? But nonetheless, now we're going in with the shaver, getting all that hair down to that shaver length. Now what I'm doing is I'm going in with my 1.5, and as you can see, I'm floating my clipper out in the way using a small scooping motion. And the reason for that is to make it easier for me to blend into this length. So as you can see, that 1.5 is blending into that length. It's not 100% blended. Obviously, it's not like a flawless blend, but it's not like a harsh line either. And the reason for me doing that is it makes it easier for me to blend, and it helps me speed up my process a little bit. So once I did that with my 1.5 guard, now I'm gonna blend into my 1.5 guard. So I'm starting off with my clipper open, setting in another section, and then I'm gonna begin to adjust my lever closed, little by little, working my way down, trying to erase that bottom line in this section. So here is my clipper with the lever halfway closed, and I'm coming halfway into the section. Then I'm gonna close my lever one more notch, work my way down a little more, and then I'm gonna adjust my lever all the way closed and attack that bottom line. Now this may or may not be 100% faded out yet, but if we need to detail it, we will do that when it's necessary. Now I'm going in with my 1 guard lever open, basically trying to blend into that 1.5 guard. So even though my lever is open, I'm still using a flick out motion, a scooping motion, to make sure that it blends a little easier. Now I'm gonna adjust my lever closed little by little, working that bottom line. Every time I close my lever, I'm working my way down. That way, that part of the blend becomes faded out. Didn't come out completely, so now I'm taking my half guard, lever halfway open, adjusting my lever as needed, closed, adjusting it closed little by little, working my way down to get out that line. Now basically what I'm doing is just some small detail work at the bottom of this blend. Now here's my 1.5 guard with the lever open now. Now I'm just doing some more detailing work, trying to make it a little easier for me to once again blend into this bulk. So you can do clipper over comb if you like, but when you don't have a really harsh line like I have here, what I tend to do is use blending shear over comb. So as you can see, I'm taking that comb, pulling out that hair that looks kind of blunt, that looks like it has too much weight, that is not blended correctly. I'm pulling out that hair with the comb, and I'm using my blending shears to soften that line and to transition well into this bulk. And as you can see, that's basically how this fade is coming together. Now, like I said earlier, you can do clipper over comb, you can use all your guards if you need to, but in this instance, with his hair texture and the way his hair was laying, that 1.5 guard floating out and flicking out kind of blended into the bulk. So there wasn't really too much work that I needed to do. And as you can see, this blend looks pretty good. So now I'm gonna go ahead and start to line up that C cup. And as you can see, we're gonna leave a nice sharp C cup. Check that out, man. These trimmers hitting. And if you do want to purchase these, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com. Use my discount code TANK10, just putting it out there. But check out that blend, man. That blend looks on point. You know, your boy got down on this one. But now that that is done, I'm just gonna do some more slight detail work. I believe this is my 1.5 guard once again. It may be my 2 guard, because sometimes I like to go up a guard just to make sure it's transitioning properly, but it may be my 1.5 guard. Now here is my 2 guard. So this is my 2 guard open, just trying to do a little bit of more blending just to make it look a little nicer, you know what I'm saying? And now that that is done, I'm gonna go ahead and use my pencil to set in that line. And then we're gonna blend that line out a little bit with the trimmer. Now you don't have to do this, but I like to do it on my cuts because I feel that it makes the haircut stand out a little more, makes the lines pop a little more. Once again, this ain't something you need to do. If you like to take your haircuts to the next level, I suggest doing it. And once again, in my eyes, it looks good, right? So now that that is done, we're gonna go ahead and comb that hair down. He does want to line up the front, kind of line it up with that C cup a little bit. So that's what I'm doing here, is I'm combing the hair down and I'm using that trimmer to basically line up these bangs to where it kind of lines up with the C cup area. So I didn't record the back or the other side, you know, it's just a quick little taper tutorial. But as you can see here, I am putting that level 3 styling powder. And once again, if you do want to purchase this, you can go to fwbarbersupply.com. Use my discount code TANK10, and they literally got everything on their website. But we're just working that styling powder in there. And then now I'm just, you know, separating the hair a little bit more, creating more texture by making it look messier. And now we're gonna take the razor blade and put the finishing touches on this haircut. Now, I didn't add any enhancements on this cut. I know a lot of y'all say I can only cut with enhancements, but I ain't added any enhancements on this cut. All I added was that white pencil, and this haircut's looking on point, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think this is a really good haircut, you know what I'm saying? Like, I impressed myself with the way this cut looks, right? But we're just doing that razor to all the lines that we did with the trimmer. That way these lines are a little sharper, the haircut lasts a little longer, and it just looks a little cleaner, right? So that's the whole point of using the razor to finish up your haircuts. Some people say that you're not really a barber if you don't use the razor. To each his own, but you know what I'm saying? I like to use the razor on each of my cuts unless it's like a little kid or someone who just, you know, can't take the razor. But 9 times out of 10, I'm going to use that razor to finish up my cut just to make sure that that haircut is as good as it can possibly be. But check it out, man. Here's the finished product. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this haircut down in the comment section. If you like this video, please make sure to smash that like button. Also, if you're new to my channel, make sure to subscribe one time for your boy. Remember, guys, if you're in the Houston, Texas area and want a haircut with your boy, you can go to my website, tankbchopping.com. You can book there. But y'all let me know what y'all think about this cut, YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. Until next time, I'm out of here.